Fuck you.
Who wants to give me a recap?
I don't know shit.
I can't for the life of me remember.
We were down below that city. We made it to the
Right. We started
Astral
off.
Plane.
We started off at the future site of my stronghold again. We talked to the king, or former king, Paris, and the judge for a while. I talked to the valet just to confirm that Jacques engaged in multiple acts of heroism, apparently in defense of Gino. The king told me, at least, I forget what he talked about with Theria, but I was concerned about who was going to pay us for all of our heroics, and he assured me that he had enough money to pay us, so that was good. The Moonlit King was there, and he was the one who was going to get us to the Astral Plane, which he did.
He disappeared, right?
Right. Well, he just didn't come with us, apparently. So I don't know. Maybe he appeared and then disappeared again. I just assumed he just never appeared with us inside the Astral Plane. We were told to find Minister Rutt, who knows the location of Carl. He was supposed to be in the Conquest Spire. We saw a stone house, or rather, Moonflower saw a stone house, and the rest of us saw nothing. But somehow we managed to get inside where there was it was like some sort of like mind flayer way station. Kanaz, the mind flayer, I believe was his name, living inside that hut. He was sort of explaining to us the hierarchy of different people in the Gith city. There were like dark robes, and they reported to Minister Rutt, who was unlikely to give up Carl, his prisoner. So we managed to sneak into the city, and we're traveling underground. But we inadvertently alerted everyone to the fact that we were there, so had to burrow to the surface.
The screaming.
Also, I have in my notes, Thessaly is way too personal in his questions, asking about Rothgar's bowel movements.
Oh, poop, yes. And I summoned something out of the ground, apparently.
An animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the video that I put up, I put that part in the very beginning. So
The poop part?
yeah.
Also, they were mining something out of the walls.
Oh yeah, Thessaly was apparently Carl's first creation.
Yeah, and he also mentioned something about the bridge or crossing the abyss being just about complete or something, which indicates that he's lost 75 years in terms of where we are.
Wait, say that last part again?
Like he mentioned something about crossing the bridge over the abyss.
Right.
How it was he indicated that it had just opened or that it was still under construction or something like that. But the bridge has been completed. So like based on that comment, it seems like he's been out of the loop for at least 75 years or so.
Yeah. You guys were at the 75th anniversary of the bridge opening. He was there when it opened, so he's at least 75 years old. He looks to be human, except for his receding hairline. He looks to be not a day over 35.
I started that shit when I was 19.
Started early.
So we were heading upwards now, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Badger time.
Badger it up. Okay. Let's kind of keep an eye out, make sure nothing comes up from behind us.
Okay.
Sully, if something does, I'll just kill it.
Yeah. Sully is in Badger form. He is tunneling, I would take it, to the surface.
Yep.
Okay. And you guys are making your way out.
Mm-hmm.
As you get to the surface, you see these black specks in the sky approaching, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. coming into your location. Everybody give me a dex roll.
Okay.
Dexterity save.
Yeah, dexterity save. There we go.
16.
19.
Yeah.
Natural 20 for the giant badger.
Nice.
9.
Oh, also a question, Peter. How much inspiration do we start with? Is it 2 now, or is it just 1? Because I remember
everybody's got 1. I think you and Kurt have 2.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. All right. So DC was 15. If you wish to use your inspiration, you can at this point. All right. So you see these 3 black dots. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As they approach your position, you go to dodge out of the way. And for those of you who made your save, you take 56 damage. For those who did not, you take 103.
What is the sort like? Can we
They look
see
like
what did it?
yeah, they look like huge spears made of some sort of black rock. And they hit the ground and like splinter into like 1,000 pieces, go flying and collapse that hole that you were just in that fight. There were 3 of them that hit the ground.
That brings me down to 0.
Okay.
So you said 56?
Yeah.
What kind of damage is it?
Bludgeoning. No, that's not right. I know math. I can do this.
I lose my concentration and become a normal, average human.
He becomes a boy again.
51.
51 damage.
Yep. So you see Moonflower attempt to get out of the hole. He gets nailed by this. You can understand now that these are some sort of siege weapons or some sort of ballista weapons. He is crushed between these rocks, and you see all these little, looks like cockroaches, are start crawling around him and consume him. He is covered with them and kind of lift him up off the ground, and they all sort of disappear into the dirt, and he is standing there. You are now at 10 hit points.
I suppose I could have used my my reaction to.
The hell was that bug thing?
Are we still in the bug world?
We're still in the dream world.
It's confirmation.
That is just my cloak. My cloak of many holes.
Well, we
Protects
should
me.
probably get the fuck out of here before that happens again.
You can see 3 more coming, but it's going like it's coming in front, and there's 3 more coming behind you, kind of like where you were in the tunnel, but back. So you can see them coming overhead, and then you can see them landing in front of you.
What does the terrain look like? Does it look like there's anywhere we can hide or retreat?
In the distance, you can see like 2 stone heads. They look to be like 40 feet tall, and then they're just rocks, and it just looks barren.
Wait, so do I have a sense of... Because we were going in a certain direction underground, and we have now come up above ground.
Right.
When you say it's coming from behind us or ahead of us, what do you mean? Like, as if we were still going in the same direction?
Yeah, like if you were to think for a second, you'd realize that the first round hit directly where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
The second round landed behind you, as in if you were to retreat.
Okay.
And then the third round hit in front of you, if you were to go forward in that tunnel.
Okay. Except we're above ground now.
Right, you're above ground.
So ahead of us should be those towers, right?
Yeah, those heads that you see.
Oh, okay. And the weapons are firing from behind us?
They're coming from somewhere in the distance. It is hard to determine where.
Okay. So we can't tell ahead of or behind us.
Correct.
Do we see any more like this is an attack on the city, or does somebody really fucking not like us?
Give me
Those can both be true.
give me a perception roll.
22.
11.
Okay. Yeah, it's not hard to figure out that you were directly targeted.
The fuck?
Here,
Time for us to dip out.
here. Let my people's power here hide us, and I try to shroud everybody in a cloak of invisibility.
While he does that, could I also, because it seems like, can we determine a clear direction yet where they're firing from at all?
Give me a perception roll. Or investigation. I'll let you re-roll if you want. 8. No, it just seems like it came out of the sky, so it could be anywhere.
All right, so what I'm going to do then, can I use an inspiration point to cast another spell?
Mm-hmm.
Because I already used my 2 spell slots. So I can do that?
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast, while Moonflower is turning us invisible, I'm going to cast Stinking Cloud above us to give us some additional obscuring. So as long as the winds aren't too bad, that should be helpful. And if anybody tries to track us through there, they'll have to deal with the mess of the Stinking Cloud.
All right.
It seems magic was a beacon of some sort. So we should go light on all the magical effects.
Well,
They already know where we are, though. I mean, but
they've also got a good range on how far to fire their siege weapons, so we should move out of this spot.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
which is why,
I say we
obscuring
keep
plus
moving forward.
invisibility seems like a good plan.
Unless, Moonflower, unless you have some additional knowledge about what we should or shouldn't be doing right now, I think we should keep moving forward.
I believe.
Especially.
I agree. We should keep moving.
Okay.
So towards the heads, is that the direction we're going?
2 heads are better than 1, Sully.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-dum-bum.
What's the other place? The Feywild and the...
Shadowfell.
Thank you.
Shadowfell?
God damn.
Anybody have a heal they can hit Moonflower up with while we're running?
Yeah, I can.
I'm also using my second wind, and I got back 4 whole hit points.
I'm all right.
Big money.
I will use it.
Hey, Rothgar?
Huh?
Fuck you. I heard that.
You get 31 back, Moonflower.
How many?
Nice.
31 hit points.
Oh, nice. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit better.
So when God damn it. When Soul Wrench fired off his spell, did we see any of those reactions that we saw before? Was it blue lights?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Like the flash of lights.
Didn't we see something when we were casting spells underground?
Yeah, yeah. You noticed that it sort of had like an intense reaction.
Okay. I just didn't know if it had changed from underground to above ground.
Yeah. In the distance, you see 6 Gith soldiers running towards your position with weapons drawn.
Let's get moving.
Can we slide slightly to the left as we keep running forward to see if they track our movement?
Yeah.
Or if they're just running to where they thought we were?
Yeah, are we invisible now, or what was that?
Yeah, we're invisible.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead. If you want to use a spell slot, you can get everybody. So just give me like a second level slot, and you can make everybody invisible.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
Moonflower.
All right.
But so if we shift our run a little bit to the left, did they track us, or are they running to the spot where we were?
Yeah, they're running to the spot where you were.
All right.
Let's get moving.
Let's run past them.
Okay. Yeah, the 6 of them all pass you guys, headed to the position you were at.
Did they get nailed by those bolts?
No, they're coming to see the damage from it and to see if you survived.
Darn.
I'm assuming they came from the direction of the heads.
Mm-hmm.
What's the distance between us and that thing?
Probably a quarter of a mile.
So are the heads stone or are they actual giant heads?
Yeah, they're stone.
Are they? What are they shaped? Are they Gith heads?
No, they just look like just humanoid heads. I have a terrible artist rendering of the heads.
Nice.
Let's see here. How's that? Does that look like heads? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Easter Island.
Nightmare fuel.
It's like Division Bell.
Oh yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. That's too bad their first album was their best. Anyway.
All right, so we're running. We seem to be getting away from the Gith.
Yeah, the Gith have passed you. The 6 of them have passed you and are investigating the damage that's been done.
I communicate. Let's head to the heads. Let's get out of here.
I don't
Where
think
the
we can
hell is
reply.
everybody?
What?
I don't think we can reply psychically. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Can we see each other?
No.
No.
We're invisible.
You guys can't reply, but we can still communicate, or I can to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I start moving towards the heads.
Yeah.
Okay, as you approach the heads, you notice that one of them, where the eye is missing. Like maybe it had a gem in there or some sort of stone in there, is gone, and there is a rope ladder that is hanging down like halfway. So it's about like 20 feet in the air.
I paused to look at the other one. Is there a giant gem in the other one's eye?
There is a piece of one, like it's broken.
Can we see any creatures?
No.
All right.
I'm gonna fly up and investigate, see what I can see.
Okay. You fly up there, and as you're looking in, because obviously you have dark vision, see it goes in about 10 feet and then just drops down. There are scraps, looks like maybe food and other things that may indicate somebody has been in here.
Is this where we need to go?
Well, we need to find a place to hide out from the Gith because clearly they are tracking us.
Can we still see the conquest fire? 'Cause we saw it on our way into the city, or we think we did.
I mean, looking in the distance, you can see a spire, but how far it is? 50 miles away, maybe, or 10 miles away. It's hard to determine.
I vote we go in the eye.
Well, I'm climbing up the other head to get that gem.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah.
22.
Okay. Yeah. There's plenty of little cracks and stuff. You're able to climb up there.
15. I'm climbing up towards the ladder.
Okay. Yeah. You make it to the rope ladder. It's fairly sturdy.
Okay. Then I'm going to climb up to the eye hole.
Are we
Okay.
still all invisible?
I assume.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna
I wouldn't know what the hell you guys are doing, so I'm gonna go into the eye hole and continue and investigate and make sure it's safe.
I'm just gonna say, where is everybody?
Yeah, I would have said what I was doing as I was doing. I'm climbing up the rope ladder.
I just see the rope just moving back and forth. No,
Is
like
there
there's weight on
Are there any other creatures around here? Anything else alive
No.
that is visible?
I'm trying to pry this gem out.
it.
So that's an interesting question. If you have invisibility cast on you by somebody else, and then you pick up this gigantic gem, is that gem just going to float around, or does it become invisible when you take it?
I think it just floats around.
Sure, yeah, pretty sure it floats.
Do I sense anything? Do I sense anything like emanating from these statues, or do these seem familiar to me? To me at all?
You just getting a real sense of sadness.
I'm going to ask if any of the crew followed me up the ladder, since I don't know if anybody's next to me or not.
Soul Wrench responds from inside the eye. Yes, I'm here, Theria. I'm trying to scout ahead.
All right, I'm going to search through the crap that's in this little room here. See if I can figure out who was here. You want to investigate?
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, you find some bones, and they're obvious. They are fish bones.
Is that what the Gith eat, fish?
Yeah, you know that they have a certain affinity for fish heads.
Okay.
Interesting.
I take my knife and I pick at some of the cracks to see if I can chip away the stone. Looking to see if there's anything underneath, or maybe what the stone's made out of,
Yeah.
or what kind of stone.
Yeah, you get more stone.
Does any of the stone chip away?
Yeah. Yeah, a little piece of it comes off.
I'm gonna store it.
All right. All right, Sully.
I'm gonna shout down again. I'm gonna pull the ladder up soon, so if anybody else wants to come up soon.
Is it worth coming up?
Well, there's a tunnel going in, right?
Yeah, it goes down.
I repeat, is it worth it though?
All right. I'm gonna yell over to trash can if you ask if you found anything in there.
Still looking.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it goes down. There's a couple little alcoves that go down.
Yeah, so good question. So the tunnel is going down. Is it going straight down, or is it an incline, or is it like stairs or rope ladder?
Yeah, it goes straight down, and you can tell there's a couple areas where you could probably sit, like on the edge. But it goes straight down, probably 100 feet.
So, but no real like clear way of how to climb other than, well, is it even like, is the diameter even big enough for me to use my wings?
No, you couldn't fly down there. You'd have to crawl down there.
Okay. Their handholds or anything?
You're big enough that you could probably just use your arms and just wedge yourself down.
Okay.
We're gonna have to stomp on your head to get you down.
As I'm going down and looking down, keeping my shoulder cannons ready. With my 120 feet dark vision, do I see anything? Do I see the bottom, or is it still like out of sight?
It's still out of sight at this point.
All right, so it's real deep tunnel. So I just I yell up to Theria, just real deep tunnel.
All right, well, let me know if you find anything, or if you need me to come down.
You'll know if you start hearing me blast.
How big is the eye socket? Like, is it big enough where all of us could sit in this room?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes in. So yeah, I think all of you could just barely all make it sit if you sat next to each other.
Justin Hrothgar's not sitting on the end.
I'm still down on the ground.
Yeah. So is Moonflower.
So how big is this gem?
Probably the size of like a car battery.
Oh, okay. So can I pry it free then?
Yeah, how are you gonna do that?
I have all kinds of things on me. I have a silver longsword and a regular dagger and a shovel.
I have a crowbar. If you want it.
I don't
He's
even
gotta go get it.
So can I do it with the shovel?
Yeah, go for it.
Crowbar gives advantage to things like that if you want to use it.
I don't think I need it. I rolled a 15. So if it's strength, it's 17. If it's athletics, it's 22 again.
Yeah, just a little bit of work, and you dislodge this piece. You can tell that it's probably like 1/6 of the actual size it was. So this is like 1/6 of the piece.
Then I'll put it in my backpack and try to climb back down. And go over towards the rope ladder, because that's where I assume everyone would head.
I'll just kind of call out, Moonflower, I guess, come here, and I'll climb you up there.
And I'm standing right next to him, and I say, I am hither, Hrothgar.
Okay, well, just keep your tentacles off my neck and out of my ears. We'll be good.
That leaves a lot of places for him to put those tentacles.
I'm assuming I can hear this conversation.
Yes.
Dustin, did you see my email?
I didn't see your emails.
Oh no.
So at this point, though, anybody who's on the ground can see like just a gemstone floating down the side.
I messaged to Sully. This was 6 minutes ago.
I'm like, wow, he really doesn't like anybody in this group.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even see I had emails. All right.
Is there some pertinent information that we need to know here, or am I just like grabbing you and carrying you up the fucking statue thing to the ladder?
The answer to that is yes.
I very cautiously whisper to the group. There are 20 Gith soldiers surrounding us.
There, what?
Not you guys.
Oh, surrounding the other head. The head that's on.
The one with the stone that's floating away?
Yep.
Yeah,
Did you say there are elders surrounding it?
just 20 Gith.
And are they reacting to the floating gem?
Moonflower can see that they have their weapons drawn ready as they are just standing there watching this gem come down the
Oh,
statue.
can we not see them?
No.
So do I hear Moonflower's call?
Yes,
It's psychic, right?
Yeah,
I call up to Theria. Do I need to come up?
I can't see anything, dude. Can't see us or any Gith. I see a stone floating around. That's it.
Sully, you may wish to stop climbing down.
Why is this? I say hanging on the bed.
You are surrounded by 20 Gith.
I will look around.
Yeah,
Why
you
can't
don't.
I see them?
Squinch
You
very
don't, see
hard.
you don't see them.
Do you know why we can't see them? Because we saw the others.
Maybe they're invisible.
So
Can I do like an Arcana check to figure out why I can't see them?
Yeah.
Oh, I was asking Moonflower, but
I'm gonna use an inspiration. 19.
Magic works very. Magic has strange effects here in the astral plane, and also you're dealing with an enemy on its home turf, so they can shield themselves from your view very easily, except for one person in your party.
clearly.
I am hearing that there's the possibility of battle and that I may be needed. Soul Wrench is scrambling as fast as he can up the tunnel.
Can I block their frequency effects to reveal them to the group?
Kind of like
a frequency jam. Like if they're sending out waves, the magic waves that are blocking everybody's visibility except mine, and I send out ones to block them.
Kind of like how the Borg can undo the Romulans' cloaking technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Give me a caster check.
It's 20.
Okay. They are looking up, and then all of a sudden, that gem just vanishes from view. They look confused and are looking around, and then they kind of look at each other, and they start yelling, and they all scatter like hell. They are running as fast as you've seen them.
Could we hear them, or just him?
Just him.
Is there any of the Gith, do they appear to be older, slower, or more frail?
Or more tasty?
I mean, not out of these guys.
Okay.
So wait, do I see the gem disappear?
Do you want him to be able to still see the gem?
Yes, he can still see the gem.
Okay. Yep. You still can see it then.
Well, nothing to worry about. That takes care of them.
Okay. I want whoever is down on the ground, Moonflower, you get advantage. Give me a perception roll. So Sully, give me one. Yeah, you get one too. Yeah.
17.
4.
Okay.
It's 18.
Okay. Moonflower, and Sully, and whoever rolled higher than 15, you hear a noise, and Moonflower, you feel a disturbance, and you look up and you see 3 black dots approaching that statue.
Are they like black dots in the distance? Are they?
They're coming from the sky. They look just a lot like the black dots that hit your position last time.
Real fast.
I'm just going to, I don't know how high up I am at this point, but I'm just going to jump the rest of the distance and try to run.
Okay, give me athletics roll.
7 is 18.
Okay. You jump and catch yourself and start running.
And for the group that didn't see it, I alert them. More birds are coming.
Coming towards what?
Us.
Towards
All
this
right,
statue we're in, or towards the other one?
Can I tell?
Yeah, it's headed right to the one that Sully was climbing on.
So, by this point, has Soul Wrench been able to reach back up to the top of the
Yeah.
tunnel out the window? Can Soul Wrench see these things from the window?
You'd have to get out and fly out.
All right. Well, I still have my invisibility, so I'll trust that will protect me a bit. So I'll fly out.
Okay.
If he says they're going to the other statue, I'm just staying where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to the other statue.
All right, Sully, give me a dex save with advantage.
16.
Okay. All right, Soul Wrench, what are you going to do?
So I guess it depends on what Soul Wrench can see once he gets out and starts flying.
You see 4 of these things just like you saw that hit your position before, coming straight for that statue, and you can straight for the statue that had the gem that has been taken.
How far away are they? About?
You mean like in the air?
Yeah.
30 feet away.
Okay, so these things are not like long-range strikers. They're getting up close to do what they got to do.
No, they are. I mean, they kind of just come out of the sky from nowhere. So if you were to guess, somebody is shooting something, it's arcing, and then it comes out of the sky.
Okay, so these are like
Projectiles. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so these things aren't like they're not like the equivalent of fighter jets. They're like the long-range like missiles.
ICBMs, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll try to blast them out of the sky then, to try and do my best to protect my allies.
Okay.
You're about to expose yourself.
That's fine. I mean, those things are really powerful, so it's better than potentially losing somebody now.
Yeah, Sully's fine.
So how many are there?
3.
All right. Well, I got 3 ray blasts, so I'll try
Okay.
hit all 3. So first one, that's only 14.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to have an effect on it.
Second one is a 24.
Yep.
Third one is a 21.
Okay, yeah, you managed to hit the 2 out of the 3.
Okay. Do I need to roll damage, or is that enough to trigger them to explode early?
Give me a damage roll.
All right. First one is 10. Second one is 7.
Okay.
Can I see him shooting at the rocks from the?
Actually, can I use Dark One's own luck on the one that I missed?
Yeah.
So that was a 14. Now it's up to 17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. So I hit all 3, and then that one's damage is only 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough to sort of, it breaks. You can see pieces of them come off, and it sort of changes their trajectory just a bit. It still hits this statue and smashes it to pieces. It starts, pieces of the statue fall everywhere. Some of them hit the other statue. Sully, you take 38 damage from the pieces that went flying.
Okay.
But you still have the gem.
I'm assuming I can see this now.
Yeah, you can now. I guess that ends at visibility, right? Yes or no?
Yeah. So now I'm out in the open.
So I'm going to shout to everyone that we should probably go down this tube and get underground away from these rocks, because whatever's underground can't be as bad as this.
Do you remember the Underdark?
Well, at least they can't shoot us with these long-range ballistics underground, unless they're bunker busters. But let's hope.
Does Moonflower know if there's any truth to Theria's statement that things are safer underground, or at least there's something is safer than getting pounded with missiles?
Well, being out in the open, obviously, in this area is not a good idea.
Well, I guess I was wondering if is there any fear that Moonflower would have to going underground, like in staying under there for too long? Like, are there creatures that in the astral plane that he should be wary of? Like astral balrogs or something.
No, you just know that a lot use of magic can trigger the Gith. They are very sensitive to it.
Okay.
More so here because this is where they live.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that going down this tunnel gets us back into that cave, that tunnel complex we were in before that we dug out of. But that's just a guess on my part.
I'm going to guess that too and climb up the rope ladder.
So with that last volley of these siege weapon ballistics, could Soul Wrench get a fix on the direction that they were coming from?
Yeah, they're coming from somewhere in the distance. You would guess 5 or 6 miles away.
Okay. From the direction that we just came from, in general, like if we just came out of the ground and we're heading towards the statues, are these coming from the other side of it or more towards?
As you're approaching the statues, they're coming more from like 2
Let's
o'clock.
say the statues are north.
Right, or 12 o'clock. They're coming from 2 o'clock.
Okay, so we're kind of heading in that direction where the missiles are coming from, skew-wise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna fly to position myself behind the statue from where the missiles were coming from, and just keep a lookout as everyone else is making it up towards the statue.
So who's most damaged?
Who's most damage?
Other than me.
Probably Moonflower. Still, I would guess.
I'm at a little less than half.
Same here.
I'm going to twin Cure Wounds on me and Moonflower, so we both get back 22. Second level. And then I'm going to do it again. We both get back only 15 that time.
Thank you.
I'll carry Moonflower up. I know he's delicate.
So while I'm kind of on guard, flying, trying to keep the statue in between myself and where I see the missiles coming from, but also keeping a lookout for them, is there anything else that Soul Wrench can see?
Yeah, as you guys are making your way into the statue now, you see six Gith approach. They look like the same ones that passed you earlier.
Are they approaching from the direction of the missiles, or?
They're approaching from where the first ones hit.
Okay.
As I'm assuming I'm on Rothgar's back as he's climbing up, and I'm just kind of a sack of potatoes is how I imagine this. I look up and I see the sixth Gith, but I also see there's actually 36. So I alert the group that there's a bigger problem than six Gith walking towards us.
What's the problem?
There are 36 Gith here. We need to hurry. Sully, I'm afraid that your magic has drawn them again.
That would be what, the invisibility that I have on me?
No, the cure wounds.
Hey, your invisibility's probably gone now.
I'm sure I cast a spell. So
Yeah. We got two visible members now.
Wow, this is a family show.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if these Gith are approaching, even though Soul Wrench can only see 6, do they seem like they have any kind of ranged attack option that they're utilizing, or are they just coming?
Yeah, massive ballista.
They have their silver swords. They're charging, and as Rothgar, as you're climbing up with Moonflower, you feel something caressing your neck, and you realize it is the sex grass that is coming out of his pocket.
I'm gonna stealth and start climbing down if that's possible, in the inside of the eye socket.
Okay.
Can I stealth while doing that, or is that not something I can do?
Yeah, you can stealth.
Wait, you're climbing out on the rope ladder?
No, inside though, where you were before.
Oh, okay. Is it clear that they know where we are and can see Sully?
They know. They sure as heck appear that they see something that has gotten their attention. As you see them running, one of them falls to the ground and seems to be tripped up by a small, tiny, childlike hand that has tripped one of them.
Okay.
All right. Well, then, in that case, to give us as much time as possible, Soul Wrench is going to just start firing on these guys using his repelling blast to knock them down and get them, try and slow them up as much as possible.
What you need is a massive fireball.
Well, I used all my fireballs. Clearly, what I need is a fireball. If I could use one, I would.
Right now, you're just making yourself a flare.
Well, I gotta do what I can.
So has everyone climbed up the rope ladder now?
Yeah, so everybody has climbed up the rope ladder except for Soul Wrench, who is at the bottom.
Oh, he's flying.
He's flying. Okay, so he's flying.
So once I see Sully go in, I'm gonna assume the others have gone in as well, and then go into the window.
We might as well pull up or cut off the rope ladder at this point.
That's an excellent idea.
Although these statues are, as it turns out, remarkably easy to climb.
You're just that skilled.
So Moonflower will separate the rope ladder and just so it falls to the ground.
Okay, as the Gith are approaching and running, are you shooting at them, Soul Wrench?
I was until Sully, because he's the only one that's visible to me. Once he gets through, that's when I stop and I go into the window.
I'm just going to keep climbing down as fast as I can.
How steep is the tunnel in the back?
It's straight down.
Straight down, 100 feet. At least. So, Soul Wrench, the last thing you see as you are climbing into the tunnel, you see these Gith, after a couple of them fallen from this, some sort of creature with childlike hands who has tripped them. You notice there are more than 6 now. There's like 12, 15, and they all make a screeching stop. They turn and run the other way.
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck in there.
Well, the bullets before destroyed the other statues, so being inside isn't enough. You got to start climbing now.
Yeah.
Or jumping.
Yeah, I assume they're running from me, but
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they would climb up the statue and then Soul Wrench could just keep repelling, blasting them down.
At this point, I'm more sliding than climbing.
Yeah.
I got like my hands on my shoulders, and I'm just kind of sliding down the inside.
I was sliding down with no stealth whatsoever.
What sort of sense do I get of the durability of that resizable umbrella?
Not a phrase I thought you would utter.
How parachute-like is it?
I figured it's probably not going to be quite like a parachute. More like if I resize it to fill up this tunnel and just like scrape it down.
Oh, you're gonna Mary Poppins the shit.
Just let it like scrape against the wall.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got to see that. That's got to happen. All right. Okay. Yeah. Theria is sliding down. Sully is sliding down. So give me a roll for that. Probably be athletics or acrobatics.
24.
Yeah.
Athletics.
yeah. And once Soul Wrench sees everybody go in, he'll take up the rear.
Okay.
Moonflower is also sliding.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
On me. I figured I was still carrying Moonflower, honestly.
I guess it depends on how big the space is. Like if it's big enough for me to be on your back still.
It's kind of cramped, but I don't.
It might not matter because me taking up the rear, I rolled a natural 1 on my athletics check.
Oh, shit.
God damn it. You're dulling everybody
Garbage
down.
can filled with
So-
garbage on us.
So I haven't rolled anything yet, so.
I'm going to be killed by yet another falling fucking robot.
Okay.
First Stoyanka, now you.
All right. So I would do this. Theria, give me Dex save.
All right. 26.
Okay. you hit the bottom, and you hit the bottom of whatever this thing is. Kind of, it's muddy and there's like wet, and you look up and you can see Sully sliding down. You successfully roll right out of the way.
Nice.
Sully, go ahead and give me a dex save.
10, but I'm going to use Chosen of the Gods. 17.
Okay, yeah, you hit the ground. You see Theria roll. You look up, and then you can see that Moonflower and Rothgar were descending really easy, and now rapidly moving. You roll right out of the way.
What you said there was ledges and shit?
Yeah.
Can I? If he's going to be pushing me down like that, I'm just going to try and grab a ledge and let him slide past, if possible.
No, there's not enough room for you to do
No.
that. No, he would knock you right down.
Can I I don't know. I guess I'm falling.
He's like 500 pounds, dude. He's made out of metal.
I can carry 500 pounds.
Pushing you down on your umbrella.
So you feel one person hit. That would be Thesley, and then you feel Soul Wrench hit the umbrella and pushes you all the way, you guys, all the way down. It's only a 30-foot drop, and then you hit the ground. Each of you take 16 damage.
Yeah. 500 pounds ain't nothing. I can deadlift 600 here.
All right, so I'm.
What was that damage?
16.
All right.
Soul Wrench is very slow to get up. You can hear like his joints creaking. And
No, he's not very slow to get up because you're on top of me and I can get up.
Oh,
And then you can be slow to get up.
yeah.
I'm going to queen a Cure Wounds on, second level Cure Wounds on Soul Wrench myself. 23.
As far as I can see up into the tunnel, is there anything living? Any sort of weeds or anything like that growing out of the sides of the tube?
There are two passageways. But it's awfully wet and muddy down here.
No, I mean up the way we came, down the hole.
Oh, is there anything living?
Any roots, anything? Any kind of...
No.
All right, I ask Moonflower, can I have some of your sex grass, please?
Another phrase I never thought I'd hear.
Oh. Do you wish to share?
I do.
This is quite unanticipated, but I like it. So I'll give you.
Look, there's a time and a place. Come on now.
All right, I take whatever sex grass he gives me, and I dig my fingers into the hole above us, and I jam the sex grass in there, and then I cast plant growth on it so that it overgrows to fill the hole in with sex grass, so that it will be harder, if not impossible, for something to come down the hole above us.
Definitely harder.
That is
And for my next trick,
Okay, so
so now there's a giant mass of sex grass above our heads.
right.
It might not prevent them from coming down, but it will make them not want to come out of that hole.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then
So much wrong with that statement.
then Soul Wrench has a moment where he remembers the Gith running from the statue.
Oh yeah. So
Is there a tunnel down here?
There
Yeah,
are
we
two
can,
passageways.
I'll move out of this spot.
So I let the group know. Yes, before we came down, before I followed you down, the Gith were running. I assumed it was from my barrage of Eldritch blasts, but I also noticed that there were far more Gith than I could see that began to appear
So they
as
So,
running.
using my hunter sense, can I tell which path is more likely to lead in the direction continuing towards the tower?
Yeah. Everybody give me a dex save with advantage.
Crit.
That's a lot better.
I had rolled a natural 20 directly after rolling my natural 1.
Well, that's good. So it's still
You got a
15 is
1 of 4.
that's good.
7.
Nope.
So there is a tremendous noise as the impact of these things hit this other statue. The sex grass does prevent some of the rubble from coming out, but pieces of this tunnel here fall. For those of you who made your save, you take 15 damage. If you did not, you take 30.
Moonflower's getting to beat shit up here.
Destroyed in my own plane.
Does that put you at 0 again, or?
No, I'm not. I have 30.
Okay.
30.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at as well.
Well, I suggest we get moving.
Yes. let's
Standing
go.
in one place is not serving us well.
So, which path is more likely, based on my directional senses, to take us towards the towers?
Give me a percentage roll.
1 second. $81.
Sully, give me a number between 1 and 6.
2.
So like the second path is the one that you feel is going to take you in the direction you need to go, and that's fortunate because passage 1 is now full of rocks and has been collapsed.
All right. Then
Good job.
let's go that way.
So there was no choice at all.
That was a lot of rolling for no choice.
No, I rolled to see which path. You rolled to see which path was collapsed.
Oh, I got you.
And
I
Sully
gotcha.
picked which one it was.
All right, I'm gonna stealth and take point then, if you guys are cool with that.
Okay.
Fine. By the way, I would just like to point out that Soul Wrench's natural 20, there was a boulder coming right at him and Moonflower, and he karate kicked it into pieces.
Okay.
And the damage that he sustained was from his heel getting
Okay.
bruised.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's my bad. If you rolled a natural, I think 2 of you rolled natural 20s on that last save.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what was it? 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
It should be
Yeah.
7. So take
Okay.
7 damage. Sorry.
I'll take any hit points I can get at this point.
I rolled a natural 20 on the first save against the trebuchet.
Okay, then it should have been. I'm sorry. It should have been. It should have been a half that. So that was
56.
It was 51, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might have been.
Yeah. So 25. My bad. All right. So you're making your way into the tunnels. You come upon an open area. There is a wooden chest in there that is open. It looks to be in pretty bad shape. Pieces of it are missing.
Sorry, what did you say we see?
A chest. It is open, like top is open, like somebody left it open. And pieces of it are missing, like the side. It's made of wood. It's not in very good shape.
We see anything in it?
You look in it and you see there are clothes in it, like a cloak and some boots and like a tunic, and they're folded.
You seem to be very good in this game at finding people's laundry.
Well, Soul Wrench could use some new drapes.
What do the clothes appear to be new? Do they are kind of fresh? Do they appear to be worn and ratted?
Yeah, these are very old, and for most of you guys now, with your status, you would use these as rags, or you just throw them away.
Soul Wrench asks Moonflower, is it common for Gith to leave chests of clothing in underground tunnels?
Well, it may be that somebody's living down here. Maybe rags to us, but they might not be to whoever's down here. Somebody looked like they were living up top too.
Yeah, I found fish bones, which leads me to think it might be a Gith. Did you say there were leather shoes?
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the leather shoes.
Where the fuck you come from?
I've been here all along.
He was climbing down with Soul Wrench.
Searching through the droppings in the corner.